Yo, how's it going, everyone? Yeah, managed to sort out the issues there. I'm not sure what was exactly going on, but everything is set up correctly now. Um, I have a cat, I have a cam, oh, cat cam. Right, so let me get these all back where they need to be, and we should be all good. So yeah, we did have, obviously I will get it back up here, but we do have the cat cam. It was redeemed by Bringer, so you can see there's a little Siffy boy at the top. So we'll keep that on here for 5 minutes, and yeah, we are going to jump in, as I say, with some Nightreign solo runs. I don't know how well these are going to go exactly, but obviously we will see how we get on. But yeah, appreciate you guys coming out. Make sure if you're on the YouTube side, make sure you hit that like button. If you're on the Twitch side, go ahead and hit that follow. Obviously on the Twitch side, you can earn the channel points in order to activate the cat cam. We also have the new exclamation mark boop command over on the Twitch side. So you can see when you see the boys in the background there, you can give them a little boop on the nose, and it keeps track of the number of times. But yeah, let's go ahead and get stuck in, shall we? So we have to go solo, single player, there we go. Okay, yeah, he's a hot boy, flopped on the floor. Yeah, it's still very, very warm here. Okay, so I think this one is the only one that I've done solo so far, but I was about to say by myself, but you know, that is what solo means. I'm definitely not ready, I think, to be trying the last boss. So I'll go for this poison guy. However, I think I might, if I double check over here, I think I do have a thing that I can equip that, like, makes my starting weapon have poison. Although I'm not sure if it's... yeah, see, starting armament deals magic damage. You can get a couple of these different things, but I don't know if I do have a poison one. Otherwise, I basically just have to rely on finding a poison weapon, which is fine. Oh, well, I'll just do that. But yeah, anyway, how is everyone doing today? I started to say before we... it's Father's Day over here. I think, Prof, did you say it's not Father's Day in Germany? Because I got confused last time around with Mother's Day. I just assumed it was the same everywhere, except I knew it was different in America. And then I now can't remember which way round it is. That apparently it's not. It's like only us that has it on the random different day. But yeah, we are indeed back. So day one, solo. Gonna... Oh, is that... Oh, okay, no. Thought that was a church right in front of me. So there is a poison place there, which I'll need to go to. But yeah, we can go ahead and just get started here. I'm only good at Recluse. I would probably say no. I think I've played as her once, and I did not very well or very quickly get the hang of the magic cocktail thing and how it works. I kept getting combinations of like a different mix of magic and lightning, and then using the spell and not really understanding exactly what it did. So, Vader's Day, yeah, I am your father. I see what you did there. Yeah, so I played as Recluse like once, and I would not say I did particularly well, but I was playing with a group of people. I can't remember. Yeah, no, it wasn't one of the challenge runs that we did, because I was wilder both times when we did those, so I'm not actually sure. But yeah, I was not great, shall we say. There's a cheat sheet. Yeah, I know there's a thing you can see on the wiki, but the one I've seen just tells you like what the spell is called, and I don't actually know, because it's been a while. I mean, I did have quite a decent amount of playtime in Elden Ring, but not enough to just know from like reading the name of a spell like what it does. Because yeah, the magic, the one that's like all 3 magic, I think is like creates a thing that chases enemies around and does damage. But there was one that was like a combination of magic and lightning, where I just couldn't tell what it was actually doing. It's like you go to cast it and it makes like a big explosion of color, like blue and yellow, but in like a big cloud. But like it didn't seem like it was doing anything. So yeah, not really sure on that one. But yeah, Rohit, how's it going? Happy Dokkan Day. Yeah, hopefully you guys got your missions done so you get your free tickets ready for... Well, I'm not sure if it will be tomorrow. There's a possibility that we get data download and then the banner just comes out straight away. But I'm not really sure. Oh, there you go. I thought that would be on silent then. Ah! Also, warming stone, give you unlimited mana. Oh, what are these? A fire katana and a fire, like, giant club. None of those are particularly useful for me. Alright, so... There you go. We've had the 5 minutes from the cat cam redeem. So... Yeah, typical cat behaviour. If I fits, I sits. Yeah, we've got another bowl type thing that they do both very much enjoy being in. Right, so I need to go here. Oh, there are actually 2 poison places on the map. Because, yeah, I need a poison weapon before we get to the last boss. So, we'll just go this way. But, yeah, so it's Father's Day today, here at least. So, went out for a meal earlier with... Little Blue, Sister Ningen, my parents. It was nice to see them. Went to a nice place that does roasts. I had a really nice pie. It was pretty good. So, what have you guys been up to today? I suppose for those of you, if it is, oh no, if it is Father's Day where you are, have you got any plans with the fam? Or is that him? Oh, that's the boss. Okay, well this is awkward. It's obviously, ooh, it's a Sunday. Ah, so at least most, well, I say most people won't be working. Obviously plenty of people will work at the weekend. Right. Just might try and get rid of this guy as quickly as I can. Yeah, like that. Alright, so what I get? He did not actually drop anything that does poison. Great. The whole point of coming here. Okay, so... Oh god, the map thing is not great for me. I'm not going to be able to get to that church before the circle closes. Oh, that's awkward. But yeah, it's been a pretty good day. Where I live, we had a huge storm, so I spent my time picking up traffic signs. Oh, wow. Not great, I guess. Okay, we've got to find the guy that's here. But yeah, it's a pretty good day. I was still kind of surprised that we have got the TN news, like seemingly a day early, but then nothing today. Because it's normally news, then data download, then unit comes out. Like, so it's weird for them to do the news like a day early, seemingly, but then not do anything today. So like I said, I'm still not really sure what's going to happen. The banner, for all we know, the banner could literally come out tomorrow. There could be a data download. Oh. Well, that guy did more damage to me than I thought. Yeah, there could be a data download tomorrow, and then the banner literally comes out, like, straight away, which would be interesting. Because the data download usually is at, like, 3 AM-ish my time, and then banners are at, like, 5. So, it would be a case of the data download happens, and then the banner drops, like, a couple of hours after. Right, I really need to try and get these back without dying. They're going to be Oh god, I'm on this little... I've got to kill this plant to get there. Okay, there we go. Not too bad. Kill this guy. But yeah, Yamcha EZA, I could definitely see that being what we get. Makes sense with like T ending or having Earthlings lead and stuff, right? I can see it. Uh-oh. Worst part is when you kill a boss and they drop one of the things. Okay, I guess I just have to take this like poison sword. And then you're trying to pick up the like loot drop and there are just enemies around you repeatedly hitting you. Super annoying. It'll be Frieza because I said so. Yeah, why not? With the Part 2 LR that leads Earthlings and Final Trump Card. I mean, I guess, what? Are there any Friezas on Final Trump Card? Because in theory, like, if there is, then he could be on that team. So. Hey, shout out to Jade Rex for re-upping their channel membership. Channel member for 8 months. You winning, son? I mean, it's going okay so far. Definitely need to get try and get some more levels in here before we get to the end of the first day. Because level 5 at the end of day 1 is not exactly great. What do we get in here? Problem is the storm is already like partially here, so I don't want to be hanging around in here for too long. Oh right, and it's these guys who are really annoying. I just have to try and keep my distance as best I can. Get a riposte thingy. It's cool that he can do it with a bow. So you've never been able to do that in any of the other games, but he can actually do the counter critical hit thing with a bow, which I mean makes sense, right? Considering the whole point of his class. He's an archer, so he's not allowed to use melee weapons, obviously. God. But where are the other ones? Because yeah, I think the other guys I have to kill to get the loot drop are actually outside of the, like actually in the outside the circle in the flame bit. So I don't really want to go. I don't really want to go into an area where I'm going to take continuous damage to fight enemies that are already kind of annoying. Because the Banished Knights are kind of tough. Okay, just get them out of the way. Alright, yeah, we won't stay here, because if nothing else, I should try and hit the church and get an extra flask heal. But yeah, it's going okay. I'd say the run is off to a decent enough start. I got to level 6. I've got a poison weapon, so at least, you know, if nothing else, when we end up getting to the end, at least I've got a weapon that is like weak, that is weak to the boss. That the boss is weak to. So at least there's that. But yeah, I thought it'd be interesting to try out some solos. I've done a couple of solo expeditions. Obviously, if I wanted to play with a team, then could have put the word out for, you know, Raudo or Sora or anyone else. But thought we'd just do some solos. It is funny though, because I was talking to one of my friends yesterday about Nightreign, because they'd asked me about it, because they were unsure about getting it like before it came out, because I'm not sure what format they would have got it on, because obviously I was getting it on PC, but they're worried about the potential for not having like a lot of other people to play it with. And I will say, like, as much as I do enjoy the game, and like, you know, like for today, for example, trying out some solo stuff and see how we get on, but I would say there is such a massive difference between playing this game with randoms and playing it with people you know, or at least, I guess it doesn't even have to be people you know, but like people you can actually voice communicate with, which is not a thing that the game does. Because yeah, it's sometimes, especially with how tough some of the bosses can be at the end, and how having the right weapon and stuff can be so important, like, if you play with people who don't really know what they're doing, like, the run can be doomed to fail right from the beginning. And of course, if people just are like going off doing their own thing and all that kind of stuff, but there's no real way to communicate other than with like the map pings and stuff. So it's kind of like, if you play with randoms, you have to just ping like where you really want them to go and just hope that they will actually go there. Oh god. It's one of the only like major downsides to the solo thing is the fact that like I really need to kill this guy to get like a loot drop. Oh, I'm dead. Not quite. I need to kill this guy to get a drop, but he's surrounded by the little minion dudes who are going to be a pain. Oh no, the storm's here now. Great. Yeah, I really needed to get out of that before they got me. But yeah, no, I didn't get the DLC for Lies of P because, unfortunately, and this is, I kind of get why they did it, right? But it's Lies of P when it first came out was free. I say free. It was on Game Pass, right? So like free on Game Pass, as in you have to obviously pay for Game Pass, but then you get the games that are on there, right? It's like if someone says, "Oh, I watched this thing for free because it was on Netflix," but you pay for Netflix. But yeah, it's on Game Pass. And the funny thing is, I'd played the demo of Lies of P when it came out, like months and months before the game actually released. And as much as I do like Souls-like games in general for the most part, I played the demo and I didn't really like it that much. Like, the controls felt too clunky. I liked the setting and everything, like none of that was a problem. But yeah, I just didn't get the right, like, I didn't vibe with it, I guess you could say, like with the demo. So I wasn't going to get it. And then when it came out, it was on Game Pass. So because I have Game Pass, it's like, oh, well, I can just play it for free. So I guess I might as well, like, see if it is actually any good. And yeah, ended up loving it. And it's my favourite Souls-like that isn't actually Dark Souls. Or Elden Ring, I guess. Or Bloodborne, right? Any like Soulsborne game not made by FromSoft, like other than the ones they have officially made, it's my favourite Souls-like game. Now the problem is, after some time, because obviously it stayed on there for quite a while, after some time it came off of Game Pass, so it's no longer available. Like, even if you downloaded it when it was on Game Pass, you now can't play it without buying it. So the problem is, now that the DLC is out, you can't play the DLC even if you did play the original game without buying the original game. Because technically I don't own the original game. I only played it when it was free on Game Pass. So if I wanted to play the DLC, I would have to buy the DLC and the actual base game. Because I don't own either of them technically. And it's one of those things where, with everything else that have come out at the moment, it's not something I wanted to get, like, straight away. Why am I not doing my ult? And now he's gone outside the storm. Amazing. Yeah, so it's a shame, because I would really like to play it, but... yeah, I don't know, maybe... Ooh. I need to try and get these guys to be in, like, a straight line. Oh, great. It's not going to happen, is it? Because yeah, if I can get them to be in at least somewhat of a straight line... Nah, he's got off the other way. I can at least hit both of them with my ult, but... oh, great. I'll just have to stick with what I can get. I was going to say, at least if he goes out the circle, I can still hit him, but... I don't know. This is not going to... point blank arrow shot to the face. No! Okay, well, I've got no heals now, so... I've only got one to focus on, but... fortunately, I do have the benefit of... they added the update for solo. The first patch makes it so that when you're on your own, you get one free, like, revive when you die. So... if I die here to this guy, I will revive once. Because you have no teammates to res you. that. Get him. So yeah, I do really want to play the Lies of P DLC, but it would mean buying the whole game again. Wait, they can do that? He just re-summoned his horse. I don't think I've actually... I mean, maybe they actually... No, I guess they do it in... No, do it in base Elden Ring. I don't think I've actually seen this guy do that at all. The DLC makes it feel like a new game. I mean, I've only... That's the thing, I've only heard good things about it, so... Like I said, it's definitely something that I would like to play at some point. But... Oh my god, stay still. I can't reach it from here. It's alright. Get him. But yeah, I probably will play it at some point. Not sure when. Oh god, these are all terrible. 2 abilities that only trigger when you guard counter, which means using a shield. So yeah, I'll just get this, which is a very, very rare proc that sometimes when you deal damage to an enemy, they just die instantly. Which is pretty great, but it's obviously, because it's so good, it's a very low chance that it actually happens. So, it's not something we can rely on seeing. But yeah, I mean, I guess that ability makes sense, right? They are the Knight Cavalry after all. Okay, so I need to go back to my souls, because that's the only good thing about not technically counting as dying, because obviously I revived even though I went down. My souls are still there for me to go get back that we lost before we got to the boss. So I can at least grab those. Oh, this guy's got one. Oh. Oh no. Great. I knew that was going to happen. I shouldn't have tried to heal. But I knew I was like 1 hit away from dying, so I tried to like just panic heal, and then I should have been more patient and just timed the roll. But fortunately I picked up my souls before I died, so I've still just dropped them all again, but not lost anything. Also, the guy that is before the boss, oh, and is on low health, is the one that has my souls. So that's good. At least everything that you've killed, like, everything stays dead, the boss stays on low HP. Alright. It was easy enough to actually finish him off. Increased max stamina. Probably should get that. Okay, so what do we need to do? Is there another church somewhere? And there's one all the way over there. How am I going to get over there easily? I don't know. Alright, so we're level 8. That's not really ideal. Ideally you want to be at least level 10 by the end. But we'll see how we get on. But yeah, I think we were saying before, like the Lies of P stuff. That's what I was saying about this game and playing it with friends. Like, it is almost... Again, they don't even have to be friends, but I guess sites like LFG, I don't know if people use stuff like that much anymore. That was one of the things back when we used to play Destiny 1 a lot, like when it was in its prime, when it was the way before Destiny 2 even like came out. There was a site you could go to that was literally just called LFG, which is a thing you may have seen in places for multiplayer games. It's like looking for group, and you could just go on there and literally post like, or find someone else's post who was advertising a run or whatever. But you could literally just go on there and post. And like for Destiny, it'd be like, hey, I'm a like end game level Titan. I have like this equipment, like the best weapon in the game for this particular raid. Like I'm looking for a group to do this raid. And then you just then randomly get an invite from somebody. And obviously being, oh my god. Okay, yeah, I can't find this now. Being an Xbox game, it just had the in-game voice chat. So then, yeah, you could just do that and get on with it and have a group. So I guess you could do that with this. A meteorite has fallen. Did that just say? What is that? A meteorite has fallen. Is that over here? I don't know if I've ever seen that come up before. But yeah, so I don't know if anyone has made, because people will always make those kind of resources themselves for games if they don't exist. So if there isn't an LFG, I would be very surprised if there isn't any kind of LFG site for Nightreign. That would make it considerably better to play if you could actually find a group through like a site or a forum or something so that you can actually voice communicate, because it makes a world of difference. Like, the game's in a whole other tier, I would say, of enjoyment based on whether or not you can actually communicate with your teammates or not. Okay, so we've got one of these. Oh, it's the one where the door's just fake. Nice. Yeah, these towers, there's like multiple different puzzles to unlock like the front door. And then one of them is just that the door is just actually fake and you can just go in. I don't think any of those are actually particularly useful to me, but... Okay, I should put a marker here because that's actually where I'm trying to go. But yeah, so I would say that as a recommendation. Like, for anyone who has seen content on this, obviously I've put up all the videos, the guides, character, story, like playthroughs and all that kind of stuff. Anyone interested in the game, that is like the major thing I would say. If you don't have a group of people, or can at least find a group of people to play it with, I just don't think it's anywhere near as good. And obviously there is the solo aspect, but it's not designed to be a solo game, really. Oh, is it going to be one of those? Yeah, I've never seen this before. Yeah, it's the falling star. Oh, God. Okay, yeah, this is horrible. And I'm dead. Okay. So... you totally have to carry. Well, that's... I'll be interesting to see how that goes. Yeah, FBC Firebreak comes out on Tuesday. That looks really cool. 3-player team shooter. It's like versus AI, like versus the enemy. It's not PvP, but and yeah, that should be fun. Well, I meant to dodge there. I hate this guy. Really? Yeah, the first time you had to fight this guy in Nightreign. This is Nightreign. The first time you had to fight this guy in Elden Ring, it took me multiple attempts to beat him. But yeah, I've never seen this random like encounter in Nightreign. I don't actually know if I can beat him, so... I mean, I don't do insane damage to him, but... maybe I can get there. I could use my ult, I guess. Ugh. Cool, that was really lucky. Yeah, I don't know if he maybe just... Great. I'll commit. We'll see what we do. Of course he does. What? No. I'll be good. Okay. Oh, I knocked him down. Why am I not? Really? I can't actually do the riposte time. That sucks. Oh, bro. No! And now this is here. So now I'm not actually going to be able to kill him, and I... Oh, bro, come on. Well, this run is... this run is gone. This is just a lost cause now. That guy absolutely destroyed me. Oh, actually, the circle only closed to there and then stopped, so... I can just grab them and jump back out. Well, that was... that did not go the way I had hoped. I mean, like I said, I've never seen that, like, world event before with the meteor dropping, so that was kind of cool. But... yeah, did not work out the way I would have liked, so I guess we press on. Where is this thing? Is it up there? We'll go there next. Is it up there? Where am I? Oh no, there is another jump thingy there. We'll ignore that guy. But yeah, Firebreak looks like it'll be very cool. Set in the same world as Alan Wake and Control. I mean, it basically is set in the same location as Control, right? The FBC, Federal Bureau of Control, headquarters, the oldest house. Oh god, it had to be this guy. What's it with all the giant, like, giving me all the giant bosses? But yeah, something that looks like it will be very fun, very hectic. First person, 3-player, cooperative, using all the crazy, like, paranatural artifact. Okay. He one-shot me. Good. But yeah, it looks cool, because so much stuff in Control was just super cool. Like, the locations, all of the weird artifacts that they had, all the weird possessed, like, items and stuff. And you get to not only encounter those things, but then obviously there are ones that you can use yourself as weapons against the enemies. Bro, this guy. I just activated my ult in time so that he didn't actually get me. Okay. I think I can do this. But yeah, seems cool. I'm very interested because the trailer that they played had a song in it which wasn't by the usual suspects, Old Gods or Pirates of the Fall, which is very, like, lore appropriate. Why am I not doing my ability? Bro, a number of times I pressed the input to do the dash, like, mark thing and I didn't do it. But yeah, it's like I can't remember what the song's called because I was trying to find the, like, an OST for Firebreak earlier for the sake of adding into videos. But yeah, it's called This House Is on Fire, which is cool because it's obviously the oldest house. But yeah, like, all the other games have had really, really good soundtracks and, like, often interactive, like, musical sections. Like, obviously Alan Wake has the super awesome section with, like, the Herald of Darkness thing. Control had a really cool bit where you're going through, like, an infinite corridor type thing, and that had a Pirates of the Fall song. But yeah, it was really good. Those games always have really cool soundtracks, and then yeah, usually with some sort of interactive musical segment. So it'll be very interesting to see what they do for Firebreak, if it has anything like that. Imagine the soundtracks made by Loki. Yeah, that I would not be surprised. Is one of the things that Lil Blue and I were talking about yesterday. I think it was yesterday anyway, or it might have been the day before, but when we were talking about it, that I would expect at least some kind of Alan Wake, like, Easter egg. Obviously, you know, we've got our boy Artie as well. When's the last time we saw him? Because he's in Control. Oh. He's obviously in Alan Wake 2, and then at one point in Alan Wake 2, you don't see him again after that. But we know he is the janitor or the custodian at the oldest house, and somehow always manages to know where, like, how to get to all of these crazy departments and all their weird secret, like, locations and stuff. So definitely hoping that we see him again. Yeah, exactly. We better see him. Okay, can I kill this guy quickly enough? No, if he keeps teleporting, it won't. The storm is coming in. Okay, yeah, he's got, like, no health. Okay, none of these things are good for me, but if I take this, at least it gives me enhanced ranged weapon attacks, which obviously is useful for me, but the actual weapon itself is not good. Can I get out of this hole? I can. Oh, I've got to go. We've got to run. But yeah, I'm looking forward to any more in-universe lore, as we constantly said with like the Alan Wake 2 DLC and all that kind of stuff. We need the lore. Firebreak takes place before Control. Yeah, I was confused a little bit when they said in the trailer that it's like the Hiss has already been attacking the oldest house for like 6 years. Because I got really confused. I couldn't remember from Control, like when it was all going on. Because obviously Jesse gets there, and that's the whole like start of the game. I didn't realise it'd been going on for like that long before she got there. Because obviously the FBC has been doing things. So it's interesting to think that they were still off doing other investigations, and like, you know, doing an investigation into the lake house and the Alan Wake stuff, while their main headquarters was under siege from some weird threat from another dimension for like multiple years. That's a really annoying boss to fight with. I know. God, I was lucky. So yeah, any more lore, any more stuff about the FBC. I guess if it's set before Control, then that means there won't be any stuff to do with Jesse or anything that happens in Control then, which is a bit of a shame. God. Yeah, this is not a great boss for this particular character. Oh, good. Yeah, this might be GG. Because if he's going to keep using the shield, my bow's not going to be super good. Whoa! I forgot that guy spawns in as well. This is a 2-enemy fight. Awesome. Now, if it was just the hippo, that's fine. Because big enemies, as long as you keep your distance from them and then just use the bow and arrow, that's fine. But the other guy is the problem because of the shield. Because like now, I've got to be very aware of the fact that he's behind me somewhere. But yeah, Firebreak is out on Tuesday. Unless we do get the banner right after the data download, it means that TN is also out on Tuesday. So, busy times for Tuesday. Oh, cool. That still got me somewhere. At least when you get the free revive, it gives you all of your flasks back, which I actually didn't realise, because I'd be in huge trouble if that was not the case. Although that suggests I'm not in huge trouble as it is again, right? To like roll through that and then do that, get the whole bunch. FNAF game. Was there another new one? I've never played any of those. It's one of those like things where I never played one, and now because there's been so many and it's been so many years, it feels like it's too late for. Like, I've not even, to be honest, I've not even really ever watched people play them. Like, I only have a general gist of, like, what the gameplay even is. Because I've not really watched them be played either, so. Right. Oh, no. Why did he have to do that when I did my ult? I completely avoided it. Man, I don't know if I can. Worst possible boss like matchup for me. They said in the live stream that it takes place before Control. Yeah, I don't remember whether they did say. Because I thought when they said about the thing that the war against the Hiss has been going on for 6 years, like I said, I was confused about when the timeline was, like when Jesse got there, how long the place had been under attack by them. So I guess if it was set before, then it is literally that long, right? Like 6 years, which is crazy. Yeah, see, it would be really helpful if I had... Well, I do have the poison thing. I could try and poison this guy. Oh, no. That has a way longer range than I thought it did. Oh, no. Yeah, this is not going... Oh, no, I've got no heals. Well... Yeah, that's right, do the tail attack so you're not blocking with your shield. Can I actually even... Yeah, stand in that poison cloud and get poisoned. He didn't. That's gonna hit. Oh. Still, he's either like super immune to poison or something, because... Damn it. Oh no, he's now poisoned. Great. So I probably could have backed off a little bit and then him actually died then. But... Well, there you go. That didn't go particularly well. But yeah, either way, I guess we'll find out all the lore when it comes out. And we will be... playing it on the channel, be doing some guides and stuff, so do check it out. Coming Tuesday. I put up some shorts going over the builds that they've revealed so far. They should hopefully have another one tomorrow, because there's still a third one that they haven't shown. So ideally it'll be tomorrow, but we shall see. So... Okay, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. We're going to jump in and try again. I haven't really played Executor very much. He's one of those characters where if you can get a really good katana for him, then he can go absolutely crazy. Because he's really good at inflicting the like bleed build up, so he does loads of extra damage. But if you don't get a good one, then yeah, it's not going to go particularly well for you. And then also his ability with the like sword that he has is not particularly powerful once you get towards the end, and like his ult turns him into a giant beast. Yeah, he's got this weird like parry system thing that I don't really truly understand. Because yeah, he switches to a stance where he uses that like weird sword, and you parry, and by parrying you charge it up, and then it can unleash like a more powerful attack. But the problem is it's its own thing, because it's his starting equipment thing. It's not a weapon that you can level up. So by the time you get to like the end, even though you can use it for parrying and stuff, it doesn't really do a lot of damage. So it ends up being kind of almost like counterproductive. But yeah, I did play Sekiro back in the day, Girth, when it came out, because obviously it was a FromSoft game. It took me a while to get the hang of it, because I very much have always played Souls games as like a sword and board, sort of big heavy weapon and a shield sort of thing. And I at first was trying to play Sekiro like a Souls game, where obviously if you're playing as a dex-based character that just has a katana and you don't have a shield and like heavy armor, your main sort of defense is you just stick and move, like hit them and then dodge their attacks. Whereas obviously in Sekiro you have to parry them to like wear down their stamina bar, so you can get the like critical hit things. And I wasn't doing that at first. I was literally just trying to dodge and then wear down their health bar by repeatedly attacking them, which doesn't work super well. And it wasn't until I got killed by Madam Butterfly boss multiple times that I then realised, oh right, actually, cool. Actually, if you just learn to parry, she's actually really, really easy. And I beat her like the first time I actually even tried. Or maybe I should actually practice like parrying her attacks. I either beat her like first time or saw very quickly from that first extra attempt like, oh, okay, yeah, this is way easier. No. Yeah, I think we'll probably just do this. Turn into the big beast. It's not like super powerful for fighting like bosses head to head or anything, but you know, it's useful for that. So you go, a cold Nakinaba gives me extra HP. Get my souls back. Level up. Now I can actually use it. And then we go this way. But yeah, Sekiro was very good because it was a very different game to the Souls games, which made it a challenge to kind of learn a different sort of playstyle. And it was tough. Like, I definitely found it difficult at parts for sure, but I did really enjoy it. I'd recommend it for sure. Oh right, yeah, I didn't actually check. I don't know if I even have a build for Executor. I actually don't know how you say his name, but because Executor, I swear that isn't a word. Like, someone who executes people is an executioner, whereas Executor is a word, but it has a completely different meaning. So I'm really not sure what his name is supposed to be, but I suppose it's not super important. Okay, where is the guy that I have to kill? He's going to be over here. But yeah, Sekiro very good. This character is kind of like inspired by Sekiro in the sense that his special ability is all about parrying rather than using a shield, and typical Souls. This guy isn't even the boss. Why am I fighting this guy? Typical Souls like play style, but it's this guy is the boss, right? Yeah. So you see that bleed proc go off, and like over half of his health bar just disappeared. Unfortunately, the perfumers are really annoying because they do that AoE fire attack thing, which really sucks. And the circle is closing in now, so I really need to get those souls back before I get stuck out here. Except I think they're going to be... Are they going to be on an enemy? Oh great, yeah, they're on one of those things. Bruh. Stop this. No! It's this guy here, who I can't get to, and now I'm being attacked on every side. Okay, I got my souls back. But yeah, he keeps throwing like fire at you. Oh my god! Absolutely destroyed. Well, it's not going the best so far, but... And now my souls are like outside the circle and are going to be a massive pain to get. So now I'm going to have to try and essentially just carry on and then go back and get them afterwards, which is a bit annoying. But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, this is what I mean, right, when I was saying before about the different levels of enjoyment from this game based on the circumstances. Like, if you're much better at... Because don't get me wrong, I've played all the Souls games, I enjoy them, I've beaten them all. But I wouldn't say I'm like super good at them, right? Like, I'm not one of these people that does Soul level 1 runs and like no hit runs and all that kind of stuff. But you know, I can at least complete them all. But if you're someone who is really good at them, then playing it solo, you know, it's not going to be necessarily as much of a struggle for you. Especially because, you know, even though it's designed for 3 people, you do get some extra buffs for solo. Like, you get extra XP, you get that thing with the, like, 1 automatic revival when you die. So there's a few little extra, like, tools to help you. But, yeah, like, as you can see, when you make stupid mistakes, it can go quite badly. So solo is a nightmare. Yeah, I mean, it really can be. Oh god, that's way further away than I thought it was. Alright, let's get out of the storm and go this way. So yeah, basically, as I had said before, right, if you're interested in this game at all, I would say you will have a way better experience if you have people to play it with. Otherwise, I mean, like, I know it's crazy. Sora was saying he knows a load of people that have played this who didn't play Elden Ring or even any of the other Souls games. So I would say if you are interested, those are probably the better places to start, like starting with one of the other Souls games or just with Elden Ring, like base Elden Ring. Because the game uses essentially the same engine. Like, there are a few different tweaks, like the sprinting is a lot faster in this because it is a fast-paced like gameplay loop, but for the most part the mechanics and stuff are the same. So if you've played Elden Ring a lot, then obviously you will find it a lot easier to get used to what's going on in Nightreign. But I would say if you are interested and you haven't played a Souls game, definitely start off with Elden Ring. Dark Souls 3 is probably still, I would say, the best one overall in terms of technically, like, it's technically the best, and I don't mean technically as in, like, you know, when someone's being really specific and they're like, well, technically this one's the best. I mean technically as in graphically, controls, like the engine, like that kind of thing. Technically it's the best, but I do really enjoy number one because I think I'm slightly, I guess, biased because it is the first one I played and got into the franchise, even though I played it late. I didn't play Dark Souls 1 like when it came out, but I think some of the locations and like the lore and some of the bosses and stuff are just so good in Dark Souls 1. Oh no, I'm stuck in the doorway. Yeah, I think some of the bosses and the lore and everything in Dark Souls 1 is so good that it's possibly still my favourite, even though 3 is better in almost every other way. But it just has that. Part of it's probably just nostalgia and the fact that it is the first one. But yeah, Elden Ring or Dark Souls 3 is where I would suggest starting if you've not played a Souls game. But yeah, also me dying means I can't get my souls back from that other place now, so they're all lost. So that's good. So this run probably is not going to be successful either. If I can kill this guy and hopefully get an actual poison weapon like that. Is it going to let me take it? Yep, there we go. Okay, so now I actually have a poison katana, so that is what I need for the final final boss. Oh god, where am I now? So I'll go get stuck in. Ah. Otherwise, I would definitely recommend, in terms of like single player games, I would recommend Expedition 33. Obviously we played a ton of that on stream. Basically did all of the story stuff. There's still stuff I haven't actually done. Okay, the circle is closing. Where do I need to go? Have I been to any churches yet? I haven't, have I? Oof. Yeah, this run is not going particularly well so far. We've got a chance to bring it back, but yeah. I'm only level 4 at the end of day 1. That's really bad. Like, I've had good runs where we've gone absolutely crazy, like, and in a trio, but to be fair, you get extra runes in solo, so you should be doing like the same, if not better. But we've had runs in trios where we've been doing really well, where we're at like level 9 or even 10 by the end of day 1. I'm at level 4. So definitely not ideal. But I mean, the thing is, as we said, like with Souls games and people doing Souls challenges and stuff, technically it would be possible to do the whole thing like at level 1 and not die. But the problem being that because you don't pick your own stats or anything, you just get, as you get the levels, you get set buffs to your stats. Your HP is so low when you're at level 1 that if you try to do a level 1 run, it's the reason why I didn't put it on the randomizer wheel thing. If you try and do a level 1 run, when you get to the final boss, like if you get hit once, you'll die. You have to make sure, like if you're going to do soul level 1, like you have to make sure you know every single enemy's full attack pattern, because if you get hit once, you're dead. What's this guy doing? Don't do this now, the storm's coming in. I need you to like just let me kill you. Like that. And not have all of these other things around. Oh, he's got like nothing good. Ah! Oh. Tree's not this way. It's that way. I dropped off the castle wall in completely the wrong direction. And didn't hit the grace to level up. So we've got to fight the end of day 1 boss at level 4. Be fun. Whee. Right, well, I hope you guys are enjoying the struggle so far. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Hit that follow button if you're on the Twitch side. Hopefully you guys have been having a good weekend. I spoke about it on the other stream, but yesterday I had my crazy board game day with my friends, where we played this board game called Twilight Imperium 4th edition. And to play a 6-player game, we all got to my friend's house at about 10. He'd set up most of the stuff the night before, like the board and everything, because there's quite a lot of setup required. Set everything up. We started probably about 10:30, and the game finished just before 11. Now, at one point, we did have a break to have lunch. We had a barbecue in my friend's garden. But we probably only stopped playing for about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. So the game basically took almost 12 hours to play, one game. Oh man, that would have been good if that actually hit. But yeah, it was super good. It's a very complicated game, as I'm sure you can imagine. It takes that long to play one game with 6 people. But it is super fun. Oh god. I've not fought this boss by myself before. I've only fought this boss twice, I want to say. But yeah, it's got a face on either end, which is the weak spot. Okay, he can take bleed damage though, which is good. Oh no, I'm webbed. That makes me slow. I know, I was out for such a... Oh no. That was me dying then. I was out for such a long time as well, because my friend lives quite a distance away. So I had to leave the house really early, and I didn't get home until like nearly 1 AM. And that was all I did all day was I played a game of a board game, and it was my entire day. And it was awesome. I wouldn't change it for anything. I mean, I would have changed the fact that I didn't win, because that would have been nice. Oh my god, this guy... Oh, and I've got no... Okay, well, this run has gone very badly. It's the stupid little spiders. There's so many of them. And it's not even like you can maximize any sort of XP gain by trying to kill as many of the little ones as possible, because I don't think you actually get I don't think you get any souls for... Oh. Did I not? I thought last time when that happened and I got the revive thing, it gave me my flasks back. Maybe I just had more flasks than I thought. Right. No, get off me, spiders. Oh god. Okay, well. I'll just do this for now. Kill some of the little spiders. You can only do damage to his face as well, so I can't even really do much. Apparently I can't even hit his face. Did he take bleed damage or no? Don't actually know. Yeah, I'm like one hit away from death. This is GG. Yeah. I've seen Afro team up with Let Me Solo Her. Actually, yeah, I'm not surprised that he would play this. The Let Me Solo Her thing for Elden Ring is hilarious. Yeah, I need to be better. I think I need to be better at the game to play as solo as that guy. I think we need to... No, what am I doing? How do you cancel it? I don't think you can. I don't want to play as him. I meant to change. I stupidly went to pick the mission I wanted to do and then went to change my character, but you can't do that. But yeah, the game was super good, but it's also one of those board games where like it comes in a massive box. It has like hundreds of cards and pieces because you build fleets. It's like a big space map, and you like take over planets and do all this kind of crazy stuff. And yeah, it's a big old box with loads of components. It's like, you know, well over $100 to buy. Like, and it has an expansion which adds a bunch of other factions and craziness. Let's give Artorias Wilder a try. Art gauge, yeah, I want that. I want that. Yeah. Wait, what's that one? Improved damage negation at low HP. Wait, why do I have that equipped? That's not even that great. I can have a better red thing than that. Yeah, I suppose have the rune acquisition for self and allies, I suppose. Alright. Well, we get one more try here. We'll see if we can actually get the W. I said the only Night Lord I've actually beaten solo is the Ice Dragon, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, the Let Me Solo Her lore for Elden Ring, the base Elden Ring, was so good. The fact that there was Melania, the optional sort of secret but hardest boss in the game, and then yeah, some guy just got so good from obviously just practicing, I guess, and fighting her over and over and over again. And some guy got so good at fighting her that he I don't know if you can change your character name or if he just made a whole new character and then like speed ran to that part of the game. But yeah, a guy's like character name, when you got to her as a boss, you could see a summon sign down on the floor for like summoning another player, and it was somebody whose character name was Let Me Solo Her. And so literally you could summon him, go into the boss fight, and then just like stand back and do nothing, and he would just kill her all by himself. And like I've seen clips of him fighting her like multiple times, and obviously got so good at the fight, which I mean you'd have to if you're putting yourself out there as to like let me solo her for you. But like he could do the whole fight without taking any damage, like perfectly dodge all of her attacks. And the thing that makes it even crazier is the fact that by being in co-op, like the fact that you've summoned him to even be in your game means that she is tougher than if you were by yourself, because it's always been the case in Souls games that if you have a summon in your world and you go into a fight, the bosses have more HP. So the boss is harder with somebody else in the game, and he still was just able to solo her. Plus, it was also funny because he had nothing equipped. So if he got hit, he would basically just get one shot. So the character was just wearing like a loincloth, and then the helmet that was basically like an upside, like a jar on your head. And then he had, was it dual katanas or just one katana? I can't remember. But that was it. It's just a guy in a loincloth with a pot on his head called Let Me Solo Her. And yeah, he would just destroy Melania for people all over, which is crazy and hilarious. But yeah, I mean, I managed to do Melania. I say solo, but like I used the mimic because I mean, why wouldn't you? But yeah, fortunately for me and the character that I like, the build that I chose to be using, she does kind of get completely destroyed by greatsword build, like giant two-handed weapon, because she gets staggered by jumping attacks. So she kind of got locked into this, unfortunate for her, pattern where I would hit her with my greatsword and stun her, and then as she was coming out of being stunned, the mimic would hit her and stun her. And so she pretty much got stun locked and couldn't do anything. But then her second phase is kind of insane. Fuck, this guy's... I've never had this much trouble with this guy. There we go. But yeah, it was very, very funny. Like, Melania is one of those legendary, like, one of the hardest boss in the game, Dark Souls kind of bosses. And it follows that very funny and very typical trend for Souls games of having an optional boss that is then, like, the hardest boss in the game. It's like you don't even actually have to do it, but if you do, it's like, oh boy, are you in for a treat. Like the Nameless King in 3, and then Midir in the DLC for 3, who I think is possibly the hardest boss in any Dark Souls game. Although he has like a cheese strategy. If you use a certain spell, like if you have a certain magic build, there's a spell that's like really, really powerful against him. But I don't usually play magic builds, so it's not a thing that I have done personally. But yeah, that boss is super tough. I think I did it when I did my Dark Souls 3 playthrough on the channel not that long ago. I say not that long ago, it was last year sometime. But when I did my Dark Souls 3 playthrough on the channel, I've only ever beaten Midir in co-op with my friend Jake that I used to work with. Even to the point where when I streamed it last year, I actually got Jake came online and I summoned him so that we could beat Midir together again for like, I don't know, I've probably done it like 3 or 4 times in total, but it's literally only ever been playing it co-op with him. I've never done it by myself, and I've never done it in co-op with anyone else. I don't know what it is, like, we played through a lot of the Souls games together in co-op anyway. We used to play it a lot like after work, like work a night shift, and then like go back to mine, play Dark Souls for a little bit and have a coffee, and then he would go and I'd go to bed. So we played quite a lot of it together, so I guess we were just good at playing it together. Like, we didn't have to necessarily communicate constantly, but we kind of had a good routine down of like one person going in, doing some damage, and then kind of like pulling back, and the other person going in and taking over without having to like really coordinate it, like, you know. And it just kind of worked. But yeah, that boss is crazy. Nope. Definitely one of the tougher Souls bosses. There's also a dragon in the DLC for Dark Souls 1 that's pretty hard. Is it Calamite, I think? Really, really tough. In the Dark Souls 1 DLC. It's like an optional boss, because the Artorias is kind of the... not the main boss, but like the one everybody sort of remembers. Because the actual last boss of the Dark Souls 1 DLC is kind of annoying. The Manus, like, monster guy. So I want a second one of these things. Blacklist. But yeah, it's a shame there's no... we get the Artorias armor in this, obviously, because I'm using it, but shame there's no Sif or Artorias in this Nightreign. That would have been a great, especially like Artorias and Sif together would have been an awesome boss for this. Do I need any of these? Not really. I guess we'll just take that for now. Grab this. Ah! I didn't expect that guy to be right there. Okay, let's see if I can get whatever is there. But yeah, hopefully, because we know that they're adding an enhanced boss mode thing soon, which I made a short about that here on the channel the other day. It's been data mined already. There's some stuff in the files where the bosses essentially have like an extra phase, because they have like an extra part of like their OST. Some of them have different looks, different like animations and different moves. Okay, this is not a bad one. But all we know about that is that it's coming out this month, is all they've said. So yeah, looking forward to that. Nameless King was difficult until I found out he gets cooked by dark spells. Yeah, Nameless King was definitely a fun, like, tough boss. Especially because I remember, like, because I played a lot of Dark Souls 3. Are you actually kidding me? Well, this is really bad. Run away! So... yeah, so this can happen sometimes, where you get invaded by Margot, and he's kind of tough, and if he kills me, I get a permanent debuff where I take more damage. So, whereas if I kill him, every time I come to a new Site of Grace, I get a permanent attack buff, which is obviously really good, but... oh no, don't want to be stood here. Well, I was hoping I could roll, like, in time, but I did not. Yeah, I have not had this happen to me when playing solo, so this is brutal. Yeah, he's absolutely destroying me, isn't he? Yeah, it doesn't help that he does like half of my health with like one hit. Oh god. Yeah, because he won't, like, and he won't go away. Either he kills me or I kill him. And if he kills me, and I get that permanent debuff, it's probably GG. Alright. Oh, it didn't even do that much damage. Well, there we go. But yeah, Nameless King was definitely a super fun boss. As I was saying, like, I played a lot of Dark Souls 3, so I wouldn't say like I was one of the first people to beat him or anything like that, but I beat him early enough that the weapon that you get for beating him is really cool. Like, one of the weapons that you can make from his boss soul is really, really good. And it was early enough in the game's life that it's not a weapon that like everybody had seen and everybody knew exactly what it did and everything. So I used to go to like the PvP arena area in Dark Souls 3 and just repeatedly win duels against other players with the Nameless King, like lightning spear, because a lot of people just didn't know what it did. Because obviously weapons, like in this game too, weapons have a special ability, like that like this thing that I did, like the ground thing, is this weapon's one. It's like a gravity attack. All the weapons have a special ability. The one for the Nameless King's like spear is that you like hold the spear up in the air, and then it basically causes a lightning strike to come down and hit the enemy. But the thing is, like, people who'd never seen that weapon, if you got into PvP duels with people who'd never seen it, like, they wouldn't know what you were doing. So you'd start, like, you'd be stood opposite them, and I'd literally start the fight by doing it. So you'd, like, hold your spear up into the air, and because they didn't know what was necessarily, like, then about to happen, they would just stand still and, like, block. Because obviously if you were about to do an attack where you, like, jump towards them or something like that, like, they could block it. So they would just stand there with their shield up. The problem is that because it does a lightning strike that hits them from above, you can't block it. And it was quite powerful as well. So I ended up winning a lot of these like PvP arena duels because the fight would basically start with me doing my weapon art and taking off like half their health. And the whole point in duels, in the dueling arena, is you can't heal. Like, you literally just have one life bar to fight like 1v1 to the death. So if you start off the fight by immediately doing a move that just takes off half their health, as I'm sure you can imagine, it's quite easy from that point onwards. unless they are really, really good and can catch you. But the weapon as well, because it was a spear, it had quite a good range. So I got the hang of quite quickly knowing when to swing if the person was trying to run away from me, like trying to retreat, and they roll. Because when you roll, this is the whole like defensive thing in any Dark Souls game. When you roll, you're invincible for like certain frames of the roll. So with every boss, if you dodge at the right time, you don't take damage when they swing at you. But obviously if you dodge too early or too late, you can get hit. And so because I used this weapon so much, I got essentially used to, if the enemy rolled away from me, like when to press the button so that I would swing and then hit them just at the end of their roll when the iframes like ran out. So because that's the other thing as well, people who aren't super experienced, or if you get, you get on low health and they panic and they just start rolling away from you, like to try and get away, and they're not timing their rolls, they just do this like to try and get away from you as quickly as possible, but they're not timing them. So you get the timing right for your weapon, which everyone just calls it like panic rolling. If the enemy starts panic rolling away from you, then you can just know the timing of when to press your button to attack so that you hit them at the end of your roll and then just kill them. Bang. The rubber duck from Control is the duck monster from Repo. I mean, could be the apex predator. Now, the quacking presence is the ultimate, like the original. That's good. Just missed completely, you know. But yeah, so I lost to Morgoth, so now I have a permanent debuff that I take more damage for the whole of the rest of the mission, which is not ideal. Ah. Oh. Bro guard countering. Thanks. Imagine seeing Ariandel. Wait. Do you mean like Sister Frieda or... Ah. I don't like this guy. Oh, I can backstab these guys, okay. But yeah, that'd be Sister Frieda and the... I can't remember what his name is. Her dad, the weird father priest monster thing. That would be a cool boss in this as well if it was both together. As the one downside, well, let's say downside, but the one thing I think is a bit disappointing is there's not enough of the OG Dark Souls bosses. Because all the bosses at the end of Night 1 and 2 are either a mini-boss from Elden Ring or one of the bosses from Dark Souls 1, 2 or 3. Which is awesome, but I think there should be more. Because there's only 2 from each Dark Souls game. We were talking about this on the other stream. I can't remember who the second one from Dark Souls 1 is. Jesus, this guy is absolutely insane. Do this. Time for Prof to go to bed. Have a nice day, evening, night. If TN drops, good luck for the summons. Yeah, I think there is definitely the possibility that we get data download and then immediate banner. But I mean, that probably does work better for me because so much stuff is coming out on Tuesday. So oh god. It's this whole goddamn that more got debuff because I take so much extra damage every time I get hit. Yeah, I take so much extra damage every time I get hit that this is absolutely, like, absolutely brutal. Oh, that was so close. But yeah, have a good one, Prof. Oh god, these are all bad. I guess increase enemy damage after critical hit, I suppose, is probably an okay one. Right, so I get to level 8. I mean, aside from now having this massive debuff of, like, taking extra damage, which is pretty bad, the rest of it hasn't been too bad. And go to a church and get another health upgrade here as well. And then hopefully we should be all good. But yeah, I did put up a video about it earlier, but obviously make sure you guys, if you have not already, make sure you get onto Dokkan and do your special ticket missions, because you get the tickets from missions today, but the banner's not out today. So if you don't do the things now, you don't get them, right? So make sure you do those. You don't want to miss out on free e-summons, even if you're not particularly bothered about TN. Like, still free summons at the end of the day, right? And you never know, you might pull a different yellow coin LR, one that you either don't have or that you need dupes for or something. So make sure you do that if you have not already. Because yeah, TN definitely seems interesting. Obviously, because there hasn't been a beta download. Because there hasn't been a beta download, we haven't seen him like in game. So I don't know like how good he actually is, but he seems pretty good. Where the heck is the guy? Okay, he's here somewhere. Okay, yeah, I'll just let him come to me. We'll do that. Oh god, that did a lot of damage. Oh no. Yeah, this debuff that I have is just so bad. Like, I take so much extra damage now from everything. I think I actually take extra damage from the blood loss, like, proc as well. Which makes fighting these guys that do blood loss stuff even more, like, deadly for me. I'll just ult this guy, actually. Okay, increased maximum stamina, that seems good. I still don't have a poison thing. Because I did do the poison boss again, didn't I? Are there actually any... Okay, oh god, it's over there. The only poison camp on the map is all the way over there. Good times. I think I can try and get to the spirit tree that's over here, maybe. And that can get me there, but... There's one of the really complicated features of the game that I'm not 100% sure on still, is the bird-like things. Because there are... I think it's like the wind circles on the map is like where the bird will go, and you can't just control it. You can't just like steer it and go wherever you want, but you have to stay like, you see it's on this like white line, so it'll take me around to here. So if I stay on it, it should take me to that other church actually, which is, and then I can try and get up to there. I don't know if I'll be able to get there before the circle closes, though. But I want TN, but don't want to spend stones to get him. Yeah. I mean, that's the problem as well. That's the thing we talked about in the other video from today. It's just like, this close to Global Dokkan campaign, you don't really want to be spending stones on anything. Even if TN is good, which he does seem to be. I'm not sure about that. Like his whole, how good he is going to be defensively with the way his damage reduction thing works, but... Right, I need to get out. Yeah, okay, so my marker is where I need to go. So I just need to try and do whatever I can to get to my marker as quickly as possible. Even though it is quite far away. I don't know if I can get there before the storm comes in. But, you know, we'll give it a go. But yeah, it's one of those unfortunate time slots, and it happens every year, even when, you know, we only had the one anniversary, and for July, for Global it was July, JP it was February. It's always the same thing, where it's like the banner that comes out right before is just in that unfortunate position where, you know, you just don't want to summon on that banner because it's right before the best celebration in the game. Actually, no, that's going to still be within the circle, so we're fine. Because the circle is going to start coming in now, but it's going to still be inside it, so it's okay. Okay, so we'll go over to the poison camp. We'll get that done. Hopefully get a poison weapon, although I don't know. There must be one. I don't think I've actually seen a poison greatsword. So hopefully I can get one. Because I've only got 2 magic greatswords at the moment. We'll see what we can get. Oh, still so warm here. I don't know what the weather is like for you guys where you are, but it is very warm. Take it down. It's just like fan on constantly kind of weather. Okay, I've definitely not gone the right way in terms of the part of this base that I want to be in. Is it up here? But yeah, it's one of those like things where it just gets uncomfortably warm. I've always been one of those people. I'd much rather it just be cold, so you can, like, it's much easier to warm up than if it's too hot, like trying to cool off. Oh god, perfume wise. Yeah. Yeah, I can't let him spam this like fire thing at me, especially with me taking more damage like thing. Just have to hit him as actually screw it. Oh, he healed. I was gonna say I just but then he healed. That's so cheeky. Oh my god. Stop everything else around me hitting me. He just healed again. Oh no. I can't even heal because all of these bloody bat things are hitting me. No! He disappeared. Because yeah, if they get too far away from where they originally spawned, they like despawn and go back to where they started. There he is. Fortunately, they keep the same low health. Right. Okay, Gargoyle's Poison Greatsword. Perfect. I do want that, I just don't want it to be in that slot. Okay, so we've got a Poison Sword. So that's a good setup ready for the boss. I should ideally try and get a smithing stone as well, so I should try going down into this mine. Where is the entrance? It's here. Okay, it's there. Sometimes they have a thing where there's like a slightly lower ledge that you have to drop down to, but it's not like if you drop all the way down to the bottom, you've gone too far. None of those are going to be. Smithing stone 2. So I've got to find the pumpkin head. Dude, there he is. Oh. So yeah, it's this guy. He's technically not a boss, like he doesn't have a boss health bar, but he will drop one of those like orb pickup things. And one of the options is a smithing stone 2, which is what I need to upgrade this sword. And if it's the sword I'm going to use to fight the boss at the end, having it upgraded is pretty good. So we grabbed that. I am not entirely sure, however. Yeah, the layout of this. How do I get to where I want to go? Is it down? it isn't down. Oh god, I run the horrible risk of getting lost in here, and then the circle starts closing in. Although actually, if I can just get back out the way I came in, then that's fine. Although that's not down here either. Oh god. Is it this way? No. Oh no. This way. No? That's a dead end. Oh no, this is bad. I might actually get trapped in here and just die. Because I am not sure where to go. This way? Ah! No, this is where I just came from. Oh no. Yeah, this isn't good. It's like the map only shows you the one sort of like, it shows you the pathway, but not the like level that it's all on. Is it just this way? Okay, I think it's just this way then. And then go. How? Can I go that way? Okay, yeah, it's up here. Oh, okay, thank God. That's the last thing I want to do, get stuck in there. Okay, so now where do I go? I've done all of these camps here. I don't really want to do that one, but because the enemies that you have to fight there are super annoying. I do not want to fight that boss that's right there. So we are going to jump pad away. Oh, is that a... Oh, yes, there you go. There's an easy mini-boss. I say it would be, especially if I didn't have the... I take loads of extra damage debuff, it would be nice and easy. Oh, there you go. Get the riposte. Then I'm just going to... Oh. Lost. And then there we go. Anything good? Improved affinity, but not for the actual sword that I have. Improved it. I mean, I guess I could get improved attack at low HP. I don't want to be at low HP, but at least it gives me a buff if that does happen. Is there anywhere else I can go? Not really. Oh, I guess we just have to try and get some XP in here without dying. Because these enemies have the annoying status effect, the like death blight thing. So when they do certain attacks, you get like a bar that builds up, and if it gets to full, you just instantly die. Like, it doesn't matter how much HP you have. So, as expected, they're super annoying to fight and not really the kind of enemies you want to be fighting. Oh, the circle is actually coming in here. Okay, never mind. Well, I guess we're running away for now. Because we have got to get to the tree, which is over here. And there's no jump pads, so I need to actually climb. No. Give me a relic. Raises maximum HP. That's a good one. Ah. No. Circle's coming in at a really awkward angle. Okay, I'm good. Alright, I've got almost full health and I've got all 7 heals. So, fingers crossed, we should actually be able to do this. There is a grace over there that I could go get, but by the time I get it and then come back in, I'll have probably lost the same or more health that I'm on now anyway, so it doesn't actually give me any benefit. Oh, he did not get staggered by that. Okay. He is poisoned at least. Yeah, knock that guy out of the sky. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, so in terms of tomorrow, oh, we should get, nice, should get a data download in the morning. So I'll be streaming in the morning, and yeah, we'll cover the details. Oh god, it's the same Night 2 boss from last time, the Crucible Knight and Golden Hippo, but I've got a slightly better melee character this time. I say, and then immediately get smashed. Oh, that debuff makes me take so much damage. Like, it's actually crazy how much I get hit for. He is poisoned now, though, at least. I didn't even get the chance to actually upgrade my weapon as well. Yeah, I think with the debuff that I got from dying to Margot, I don't know if I can do this boss by myself. Yeah. If I didn't have that debuff, then maybe. How? I rolled. Oh, God. Well, I've already got no heals, so. This is a boss from, like, the DLC of Elden Ring, and it was an absolute nightmare for, like, everyone. The first time you come across it, it's just like, what is this? I have managed to poison him, though. But if I had, like, any ability, any kind of ability that would heal me, that would be really nice. Okay, well, he's going out the circle. Where's this guy? Over there. This is going to be very difficult. If I can somehow, if I can get rid of this guy and not use my ult, and then use it on the knight, so I get my one revive. Notice how they immediately start attacking me again. Oh, come on. That hitbox, really? That really hit me from there. Great. Well, there you have it. The title of the stream was trying to get good, and we did not really get good. Treasure marked upon map. I mean, that's kind of interesting if it wasn't the only thing that did. I mean, we got some merc from some of the runs at least, so I can probably get a skin for somebody else, but yeah, there we go. So that was the the Nightreign solo runs. Didn't go particularly great, but you know, got such bad luck in that last run getting that Morgott debuff. I feel like that would have gone very differently was that not the case, but I guess, you know, it is what it is. So that is going to be it for the stream. I appreciate you guys coming out. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Like I say, I will be back tomorrow morning on the main channel to cover the Dokkan news. There should be a data download. The data download will let us know exactly when the banner comes out, and the banner may well be tomorrow anyway. So if it is, I'm going to be doing the free ticket summons only, I think, and hopefully this time actually get some good luck, because the tickets have not been good for me so far. But anyway, that is going to be it for the stream. So I appreciate you guys coming out. Hit that like, follow, all that good stuff, and I will see you all next time. Peace out.